Well, hey friends, it's Tracy and Violet from Nova Scotia Living. And we're just on our morning walk. I just ended yesterday's little blip of a video. We're on our way home now. She took care of her business. We're going to get this day started. I plan on accomplishing, well, I have storm prep to do because we're getting a giant storm this evening. I want to make some finished coffee bread today. And I want to do a teacup chat, which I'll probably do the teacup chat as a separate video because I tend to jabber and stuff. But we're just on our way back from our walk. It's the deep breath before the plunge. And yeah, let's rock and roll. Oh, I just came downstairs. I had my coffee up there. I edited yesterday's video and it's exporting now. And I came down to the music of Maze playing the guitar like his big brother Marquise. Yeah.
So I just went like this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just practicing and I don't know how to do it yet.
No, well, it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, friends, I have been tearing my cupboards apart. It's 9:55. I can't make coffee bread without cardamom. And I know I have some. I'm sure I have some. I bought some a couple of years ago. And I use it. I really only use it for coffee bread. But I can't freaking find it. I've looked all through my spice cupboards. I looked up on my baking shelf. Couldn't find it. But I did find cardamom seeds, black. I'm going to put a couple in my spice grinder and use that. I was thinking for flying flip-flop sakes, I'm going to have to take a trip to town or just scratch my coffee bread recipe. But that's what I have my heart set on today. Hopefully this is the same stuff. I really don't know. If it smells the same, I'm using it. If not, I'll move on. But while I was looking through my cupboards, I found 4 packs of these easy muffins. That's French. Oatmeal muffins that, of course, I bought 50% off. God knows when. I don't know if they're still good. I'm going to open it. If it smells rancid, I'm not going to make it. I don't know. Well, I'll get the kids. The kids can probably easily do that. I think you just add water. Yeah, you just add water to 2 2/3 cups of loosely packed stuff. But I want to make a bunch of muffins. They can be breakfast, and that'll be that. So I just put some milk, 2 cups of milk in the microwave to get super hot, and then I gotta let it cool down, and then we start doing it. It has to be scalded milk, cooled down, not so much that it'll hurt the yeast or not, but I got my yeast out. I keep it in my freezer or my deep freeze, and then I need to get out, it's 4.5 teaspoons of yeast, a 1/2 cup of warm water, 2 cups of scalded and cooled warm milk, 1 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of a rounded teaspoon of cardamom, 4 to 5 beaten eggs, 8 to 10 cups of flour, a 1/2 cup of butter, and then a 1/4 cup of sugar for glazing. So yeah, we got to get this party started because coffee bread takes 4 or 5 hours to make because you got to let it rise a couple times and that sort of thing. So once I get this rising for the first time, I can straighten up my mess that I made. Frustration, but I'll be back. All right, friends, gotta get this party started. Oh, I got out, I grinded up a few cloves of that cardamom seed. It smells good. Let me just find the package. See, it smells more like the cardamom I want when it's whole, but maybe it's because there's other, like I wiped this out. I wiped this out good. I don't know. It's frustration. I might add a little bit of cinnamon because cardamom, I know it's not the same as cinnamon, but it has that kind of a warm seasoning to it. If I can find, I know I got lots of cinnamon. Just a minute, let me get that. All right, I'm gonna add a pinch of that. Just, I don't know. So let me get my book. I wrote it in my thing. I have a video on how I make this. I made the video a long time ago, but I did it to, like, I did it, and let me just move this out of the way. I gotta get the milk. And I put pictures in of, like, my ancestors and stuff, Finnish ancestors, and some polka music, because my grandmother used to play the accordion, and she loved polka music and things like that. So I'll put that link down below, because, yeah, it'll be more in depth, I guess. So we need to dissolve the yeast in water. I'm using instant yeast. I usually use the kind you have to proof, but you don't really need to proof this kind, so I'm not going to hold off on that. Stir in the milk, sugar, salt, cardamom, 4 eggs, 2 cups, and 2 cups of flour. So, where's the yeast? I have an abundance of these little packs, and one of these packs, I asked Google, it's 1 1/4 teaspoon, so we need 4½ teaspoons. And I have some warm water here, 1/2 cup of warm water. I don't think this milk is too hot. No, that's good. Milk, scalded and cooled, but still a little warm. I am going to add, I can't get it all out, there's still a couple of chunks in there. I hope to God that's okay. I mean, I know my kids will still eat it, but this recipe does not call for cinnamon, but you know that flavor. Well, for those that like cinnamon, it hits you. It's nice and warm feeling. Salt. How much salt? I think a teaspoon, yeah. I have the salt here. I should move you back a bit because I'm telling you what I'm putting in there. All right. This isn't a big fancy kitchen, you know, but this way you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do a teaspoon. This makes like a big bunch of bread. Teaspoon. That will hurt. And the sugar. How much sugar? 1 cup. I should have put the sugar in before I put the salt because sugar helps yeast, salt kills it. But 1 cup.
Got $10.
You got $10 from what?
The Tooth Fairy.
From the Tooth Fairy. That's a lot of money.
And that's a lot of sugar.
It is a lot of sugar, but it's going to be a lot of bread. I put the cardamom in the 4 eggs. I haven't made this since, gosh, over a year. Put that in. This might be a bust. I don't know. And 2 cups of flour. Don't even have my apron on. Now, Cornelius, my stand mixer, is going to do the grease work, you know what I'm saying. Put this right in. That in. And now we just add 8 to 10 cups of flour. This isn't a difficult bread to make. It just takes some time. So, it smells good. Yeah, oh, I need to melt a 1/2 cup of butter. So, I'll do that while this does this, and and we'll listen to some polka music. Polka, polka, polka. Friends, the dough is ready. I need to clean off my table, disinfect it and stuff, because we need to turn this sister out and keep working.
Can I watch my shows?
Yes, you can. Just don't have it up to high heavens. All right, guys, clean the table off. I dried the patch there. I need to get my bowl off. So this dough is stiff right now. So what we need to do, turn onto the floured table, cover with bowl for 15 minutes. That's what we do. I'm going to put a little flour down. And I washed my hands good and took my ring off. There's nothing like getting your hands into some fresh dough. Really. If you've never done it, it's real good. Now, I should do this. And it took all the stuff out of the bottom. I put 9 cups of flour in this. 9 cups. It smells like coffee bread, so that's good. Don't really do anything. I just put it in a ball. Put it like this and set the timer for 15 minutes, so I'll be back in 15. All right, friends, well, it's not time yet, but I haven't stalked the fire since I got up. Oh, gosh. It's 10:30. Oh, there's still lots of coals in here. But, yeah, we need to have a fire. Need a great big roaring raging fire today, right now anyways, but in case of a storm, it's always nice to have hot water. There's the oatmeal the kids had this morning. Paper, one more piece of kindling, why not? There. All right, friends, I did get an apron on. Not that it's gonna do a whole lot, but yeah, it doesn't rise really much there. I don't know, you just need to let it sit and rest. I guess it can be kind of finicky. So now I have 8 to 10 till it's smooth and satiny. So this is where, I suppose I could put it back in Cornelius and do it, but I need a little bit of dough therapy. So, and I'll chit chat with you. Mally got up. She wants to make coffee bread. I said, well, when it comes time for the braiding, that's what she wants to do, is the breading. So I said, that's not going to be for a few hours. I'll come get you when it's that time. And she's okay with that. So that's good. The whole table's shaking. But yeah, this will be good. I did get out a bigger bowl. This doesn't, I forget if this rises like super big or not. I forget, to be honest. But I want to wash Cornelius, so I could potentially use that for something else. But this is getting pretty smooth now. This isn't like a sticky dough, but it's kind of stiff. So we'll do this, and it is smelling like coffee bread now, so that's good. Good. I won't put any more flour on it because it's not sticking to the table. But wait till I get that little silky feeling. The kids are out there playing. I went up to like post my video from yesterday, but for some reason it stopped. I had to click resume. So I'll go back up and check in a bit. But after we are done this, we place in a greased bowl, cover, rise 1 to 2 hours. I always do it 2 hours. So that's what I'll do. Yeah. And I would make white bread today, like I really want to, but I have store-bought bread already, so I need to use up the stuff that I have before I do that. Yeah, this is good. I'm channeling my grandmother, my Finnish grandmother, Ellen McCracken. Yeah, she was a baker. She loved to bake cinnamon rolls and cookies and coffee bread and rolls and everything. So that's why I usually do it on Boxing Day every year, because that's when her birthday was. But it was just a weird year for me. Whew. There. Perfect. I'm going to put a clean tea towel on this. And the kitchen is getting warm anyways because that fire's going. But I'll put it in the oven with just the oven light on. Not turn the oven on until the fire gets really rolling. And set the timer for 2 hours. And I'll be back. Alright friends, it is 11:53. I gotta think about lunch for these folks. I have some leftover chicken burgers in the freezer, and burger buns. We had chicken burgers, they did a couple of days ago, but when my husband bought hamburger buns, he bought enough for 2 rounds. So I want to use up those buns, and I want to use up those chicken burgers, and they're not going to complain about it at all. There's still 56 minutes left on that dough to rise. I just did a teacup chat with you guys. That video will be up before this one, so. Anyways, yeah, the dishwasher's going. My husband's up. Marquise and Kara are gone. Marquise had to go to work, so yeah, I'm going to do up some burgers. Chicken burgers, that is. Violet, get out of there. It must have been something in
the deck there, the white one.
Oh, yeah.
And then Maze found her when we were running after her. I thought she was going to get the
Yeah, get her off of the step there. Violet, come here. No, the kids are outside. I was in there chatting with my husband. Maze comes in. Violet's stuck somewhere. She was in under the porch thing and wouldn't come out. She wasn't stuck. She was just being stubborn. But anyways, oh, go get the leash, Misha. I want you to hold on. I don't want her to run off if she's doing that. For goodness sakes. All right, friends, there's 10 minutes left for that bread to rise. But I watched this video yesterday from that Collar Valley Cooks YouTube channel. It looks so good. I have another recipe I want to do next weekend of hers, a strawberry cake for Valentine's. But these are buttery, chewy chocolate chip bars. Yum. Yum. So I'm going to do that. Usually I double the batch, but I'm not going to. I don't have that many chocolate chips, or I might, I don't know. But I'm just going to do one to try it. So it calls for 1 pound of brown sugar, 2/3 cup of butter softened, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 3/4 cups of self-rising flour. I don't have that, so I looked it up. So the regular flour plus some baking powder, 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips, 1 cup of nuts. I'm going to omit that because we're allergic, but you just sprinkle it on top is what you do. You mix the sugar, butter together, add the eggs, beat until fluffy, add vanilla, then flour, mix well, add chips, place in a well-greased pan, which I have here I washed. And I actually used a measuring tape to measure it to make sure it's the right size. Top with nuts, bake at 325 for 30 minutes, then turn the oven up to 350 for the last 10 minutes more. Put on a wire rack and cool. Cut into 2x2 squares, makes 24, apparently. Alright friends, looky. Oh, alright. I started on those chewy chocolate chip bars. I'm going to move you back a bit. But the buzzer went off, so I got to do this. Let me get my book. Need to double check. Oh, just hold on. What I did for that bread was just deflate it and throw the towel back over top of it and leave it for another hour. So that's it. I might have already flubbed up this recipe because I think I added too much butter, but I'll just try to tweak it a bit with some more flour, perhaps. I don't know. But right now, I've got to find the recipe again. Desserts. I just got done writing it in my book. Okay. After cream that, well, this isn't exactly cream, but try to do it with my hand mixer because Cornelius's bowl was in the dishwasher, but just wasn't flying. Let me just get this going. I guess that's it. That's good enough. Until fluffy. Is that fluffy? Add vanilla, then flour. So vanilla is 1 teaspoon. I thought this yesterday. It's just the artificial kind, but use what you got. And then flour. It takes 2 3/4 cup of flour. Mix that in. There, my husband's at the stove. Well, he has a pan over there with those big, thick cut bacon strips. They're not salted like bacon, but yeah, I'm going to put a full 3 cups in because I put more butter in, and I just don't want it to be all, I don't know. We'll see. It's an experiment. Oh, I was supposed to add the eggs before the flour. That's what was supposed to make it fluffy, for goodness sakes. add some baking powder to this because I don't have self-rising flour. Then I think we just stir in the chips. Just a minute, I gotta get them. All right, it calls for, well, I'm putting them all in because this package is broken. And she did semi-sweet and then milk chocolate. I'm just using what I have. So I'm just going to stir this. And fingers crossed, it's not poisoned. It won't be poisoned, but hopefully they're chewy and buttery. I have that dough now sitting on the counter because I'm going to use the oven to put this in. I should start preheating that to 325. There, it's preheating. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. I gotta grease the pan. I think that's all I can do. When I take it off, I'll mix it around a bit. And then, yeah, I gotta grease the pan, bake it for 30 minutes at 325 and then 10 minutes at 350, and that'll be that. So I'll bring you back when we get this in the pan. Okay, there's the pan I'm using. And I'm just gonna spray the heck out of it with this cooking spray. Sure you get all the corners and stuff, and I'm hoping this is big enough. It was the size that, oh look at that, the size that she had written on her recipe, but it might not be high enough, but it's a cookie so I wouldn't think it would overflow. I think a fork would be better to squish that, or a spoon. It's like cookie dough, that's for sure. You could probably make cookies out of this. Chewy, buttery cookies. Alright guys, that's filled up, but I still got some dough in here. Unless I make it real thick, like, I'm sure this is 13 by 9, and it was supposed to be by 2, so this is right. I just don't think it's by 2. So I'm just gonna make sure my oven is lined, so if it does happen to scooch down, it'll be okay. this is gonna be good. I'm glad I didn't double it. I hope that miscount with the butter doesn't mess it up too bad, but I did put a little more flour in it. And probably more chocolate chips than I was supposed to, but it uses them up. I don't want to make it all smooth. I think it looks kind of cool. I don't know whether it'll stay like that or not. But yeah, that oven is preheating at 325. Look at that. Look at that. It's like up above the rim. But yeah, looks good. I'll take you off so you can get a closer look. There. See? I could scrape the last of it, but yeah. I think that looks mighty fine. I just hope it holds together. Well, I put those squares in the oven. I'm just looking at this. Mally wants to make these. For this whole pack, you add 2 cups of water, mix it, put it in a greased cupcake tin, and bake it for 20 to 22 minutes at 400 degrees. So we might do 2 of these packages. I'll put those 2 back in the cupboard just because we don't need a zillion muffins right now. But we might do that. And while the coffee bread's still rising, because after that's done rising, we got to take it out, deflate it, braid it, and let it rise again. So it takes a long time. And those squares will still be in the oven for a bit, and we can just bump up the heat when it's time to put the muffins in. I'll show you what my husband's doing. That's that thick cut slabs of pork. I just had a couple pieces. It's delicious. I'm over here now washing this big old cupcake tin that was down in the basement, so you got to make sure it's all squeaky clean. Alright friends, Mally's got to go fix her, she said. But I just greased those cupcake tins. I have a 24 cupcake pan. It's just to add the 2 bags of muffin mix, 4 cups of water, mix it up and throw it in there, and Bob's your uncle. So.
What about the liners?
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'll put this to music now. Well, I checked those chewy chocolate bars in the oven and it did overflow, but I have a protective thing there, so it will, watch out, Violet. That's catching the mess. But you've seen, I punched that down and it's almost, well, it is over top of the rim now. It's ready to go and it smells so good. It does. Well, we've got to punch it down again, and believe it or not, we got to let it rise again after it's in the braids. Those muffins are right there, ready to go in the oven. When those squares come out, I put the squares back in for another half hour, or 10 minutes at 325, and then I'll check them. And then bump it up to 350 for 10 minutes, 10-15, because it's big old, I don't know, it's the right size pan, it's probably just not high enough, it just rose. I think that's what the issue was. So that's, you know, how you become good at baking. You make mistakes, you learn from them. Oh, this smells so good. Skedaddle, skedaddle. So what we do is divide this into threes, and then divide the threes into thirds, and then we braid it and let it rise. I need to get my dough cutter. Oh, I had some of those pork strip things, so that's gonna throw my meal off. I might have an egg after, but that'll last me. I never get them spot on, but, well, that's a big one. And these bake, after they're ready to go in the oven, they bake at 400, which is the same temperature you bake these muffins at. I'm trying to time it right. So I should leave that one for Mally because that's an easier one. Yeah, I'm just gonna that middle one is Fatty McFat fat. I just try to string it out a bit, stretch it a bit. Oh, my back. Oh, just a minute, guys. That's the buzzer for the cookie things. I gotta check that. All right, I bumped the heat up to 350. This isn't as smooth as I sometimes get it, but I got a lot on the go. And it'll taste good whether it looks the best or not. See, this one. This is the one. Now, just kind of squeeze the tip. Get your minds out of the gutters, you guys. And just braid it like you're braiding some hair. I try to make it good and tight, like I don't pull it, but I don't want holes in the folds. You know what I'm saying? Put it right up in there. And after it's braided, you can kind of stretch it out a bit too. Yeah, it just all depends on how thin, long and thin you want the loaf. The kids are all wound up about having this, even Marquise. They love it, love it. And kinda fit it good together. Oh, my back. Oh, I'm making a racket, guys. I'm making a racket. I've used parchment paper before, but I'm not today. I will probably only get 2 on this pan and then 1 on another. There you go. Fancy, fancy. So I'm going to call Mally in. I'll help her with this one because it's a little trickier, whereas this one is just right. I think she's just out in the room there. Oh, it feels so good. It smells so good. The dough's a little sticky, but not too bad. This actually rises up quite a bit. The half hour that we need to wait, and when it's in the oven, it rises even more. I'll get this one ready for her, and then she can do that one completely by herself. Mally, oh, she's right there. You're doing this. I was just getting this one ready, but you can cut this one in a minute. I just wanted to, yeah, give your hands a good wash. Violet. Oh, nobody's here. That's just the kids upstairs.
Where'd Dad go?
He's out there somewheres. Yeah, I hope those chewy things turn out okay. I would have used a bigger pan, so you just try to braid it as tight as you can. And that stuff's squished together, so I'll just, yeah, see, this isn't... Violet, that's just the kids upstairs.
No.
Pull that over. And then this. I know, I just want to try to make sure that there's no holes in stuff. Yeah, and then you kind of squeeze the ends together and fold it under. That's good. And then what I do is make it a little longer. That's what I did with mine. I'm not just doing it to yours. And then we put it on a greased cookie sheet. Put a little flour down. No, right there. And then you take this and cut it into 3. I'm just getting your hands.
Oh. You're putting this to me, okay?
Am I what?
You're putting this to me.
Yes. Yeah. That was a good long one. I'll have to get another cookie sheet. All right, friends. I finally took that out of the oven. It was in there for like almost an hour. This is nice and crispy, but underneath is not. I'm going to let it cool down, and maybe that's the chewy bit of it. But you see, it completely overflowed. I changed the foil sheet in the bottom of my oven. And yeah, I'm not going to call this a flop. It might not turn out how it's supposed to this time. But I did finish, I did mess up the butter. So I added more flour. I thought this pan was right. I measured it with a measuring tape. But next time, I'll make sure I have a deeper one. And whatever. This is how you learn. But these are the two pans of coffee bread rising for an hour, or a half hour. This is the first sheet of bran muffins, oatmeal muffins. I'm putting those in the oven. The oven's just going up a little bit higher to 400, and they go in for 20 to 22 minutes. Then I'll put these in, and then I'll put the second pack of muffins in. That's my plan. Came out just to see there's 3 minutes left on those muffins, and the Witch Doctor song was playing. I can tell who was here. Misha has her mathematics. She loves mathematics. She loves multiplication especially. She's only in grade 2, but she does grade 3 and grade 4 mathematics. But yeah, which is not a bad thing at all. I just had one of my fancy drinks. This is still looking pretty sharp, I guess, but I know as it cools down, it won't be so sloppy maybe, and I'll cut it up. I'm sure it's delicious because it's sugar and chocolate chips, and butter, and whatever, but oh, that's the 20 minutes for those muffins. Okay, Google, pause. Yeah, I'll put it in for another few more minutes because it said 20 to 25 minutes. Oh no, that was for the coffee bread. Yeah, there's still 2 minutes and some left for that. I plan on putting that coffee bread in after I take the muffins out. It's done rising for that half hour. I just did a little egg wash. I'm going to brush them gently and stick them in the oven at 400 degrees. So, all right, I did that, and I sprinkled a little bit of sugar over top. Those muffins are out. I'm going to let them cool, take them out, and get another batch going when I'm done this. This one is still there. I'm only doing one pan at a time, so let's get this one in. All right, friends. Well, I just took those 2 loaves of coffee bread out and put the third one back, or put the third one in. These are cool enough I can take them out now, and I'm gonna load this pan back up. So when that loaf is done, I'm gonna put the last batch of muffins in. I want to make some pie crust and set it in the fridge overnight. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to do that now. We'll see. But my husband and Misha and Messiah just went to town because Messiah has money. She wants to buy her friend a birthday present. So happy birthday, Aisha, if you're watching this. And Misha got money from the Tooth Fairy. So they wanted to go to town. We'll pick something up for the other ones too. But he's going to also pick up some chicken tenders for supper tonight. And like sides to go with it. I said, that's great. Because I got food here to cook, but that saves me having to rush around my head cut off like a chicken and muster something up. So I'm just doing this. I'm not even going to wash this. I'm just going to spray the heck out of it again and put the rest of that dough mix in. That should fill up this pan. Hopefully. We'll see. And that goes in at 400, I believe. I think that was right. For heaven's sakes, yeah, 400. So,
Hey guys.
Yeah, Maze has his arms tucked into his pajamas. He's been in his pajamas all day.
And it looks like you don't have any arms because I picked them inside out.
Yeah, he's full of baloney today. Beans and wieners.
You can see my body, but not my head.
Yeah, you know, they can
Oh
see.
God!
They can see your head, not your body.
Did it get on you?
It's not cleaner, hon. It's cooking spray.
It got on me.
Did it? Well.
And it got in my mouth.
It's not gonna hurt you.
Oh, on my eye.
Ah!
It's on my eye.
Did it? Well.
No,
No, it doesn't hurt. Okay, get going.
oh, dang.
There. We're good. Now, it's kind of jellified. These are just those simple mixes, but it did rise a little bit. And this will be good. I could freeze these. I don't know if I will or not. So I'll keep that in mind for those other 2 packs. Because there is some stuff. I want to make some waffles, like a big batch of waffles, and freeze them. I've done that before. But I want to try Jay Morel's recipe. Because she makes a big batch. And I got some waffle irons. Might as well do a big batch. Then you can pop them in the mic the next day, or pop them in the toaster. Whatever. This is not going to make that whole pan. But that's okay. I need yeah, I'll show you those 2 loaves. They look fantastic. They did. They were in for 22 minutes, I think. In the oven, the coffee bread. And they're just right. There we go. That's all I'm doing. That's it. That's all. The dishwasher is done again. I like to, here it is. Get a paper towel and wipe off the bits that are on top. Otherwise they bake there and gets all crunchy and just harder to clean. This will go in when that coffee bread comes out, but I'll take you off the, oh, look at that. I'll take you off the thing so you can take a gander. Go. Ta-da! Now the braid kind of came apart a bit, but it's still going to taste delicious. It doesn't matter. You can see the little bits of sugar on there. And you just do it till it's brown. I've done it before when it gets a little too dark, but it still tastes good. Just doesn't look as good. But there we go. But you see how much they rose? Like these 2 are stuck together, but that's okay. We'll separate it. And you just slice it up. It's good with a cup of tea. I know, well, let me turn you around. I know when I first made this video, like how to make coffee bread, some of the people that watch me that are Finnish, they never heard of putting butter on it. They would put jams or something like that, but we grew up having it with butter on it. And that's the way my kids have it, because I didn't know any difference. It's good with tea, it's good with a glass of milk, it's good with coffee, whatever. I've even glazed this with coffee before, but I didn't today. I used egg wash and sprinkled it with sugar. But it's good, and this kitchen smells amazing. Cardamom, oh my gosh. I don't know what else to use it in except for this, but oh, it's like cinnamon. It warms you right from the inside out. It really does. And that's what makes this bread so distinct. We'll check underneath. I didn't even look under the loaves. Just a sec. I didn't even look before I start saying. Oh yeah. They're still a little hot, so I'll just wait till they cool down a bit and then we'll look underneath. Alright, I just gotta show you. Ain't no shame in my game. I don't think this turned out right, but it's my own fault. See the top? It's very crispy. It's probably very delicious, but the inside, I just feel bad I wasted those chocolate chips and brown sugar. But whatever. I'm sure it tastes okay, but yeah, this makes me want to try it again. If I had more chocolate chips, I would try it again immediately with a bigger pan and be more careful next time. But I was going to try to cut it up with this, and it just kind of crumbles. Now this could probably be crumbled on top of ice cream or something like that. But anyways, well, you win some, you lose some. But I will try this again sometime. Absolutely. And I forgot, I just glazed this with butter. Kind of melted butter. Would have done it when it first came out. I wasn't thinking of it, but it will melt. Just, I don't know. I just do that with any breads I make. Just looking at this again, and I just flipped it over. Like, look, I think it was right, only, I don't know. If I squish it together, because it's like a shell on top, and maybe just break it into pieces. I don't know. But at least it's not burned. Look at that. See? That's like the chocolate chips and the innards. I'm going to try this and just crunch it up into little... I was going to end up just tossing this, to be honest, but I can break it into little pieces. I'm sure these crusts are just a little too much. A little too crunchy. Yeah, just a little too crunchy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't know. All right, I just put those other muffins in, but look at this. Look at this. I just glazed it with butter. It is piping hot. It looks absolutely glorious. I'm just going to cover it with that tea towel there. These puppies are doing their thing. And yeah, I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm losing my freaking mind. I went out because the buzzer went off on those muffins and the oven was shut off. It was still hot, but it wasn't at the 400 degrees. I must have, when I took that last loaf of coffee bread out, must have shut the oven off, took them out and put the muffins back in, didn't turn the oven back on. So I set the timer for another 15, turn the oven on, and we'll see how it goes. Now the muffins started to cook a bit because the oven was hot, but not at the degrees it was supposed to be. We'll see, but no biggie, no biggie. I'm not going to be all worked up about it. I've been baking all day. I was amazed. But yeah, the girls are still in town with my husband. Mally's upstairs. Violet's chilling like a villain. And Maze has some show on, I don't know. But anyways, I was just reading my comments of the video that I posted this morning. Well, Sunday morning. My teacup chat one will be up before this one. But how I asked about the yeast cakes, and yeah, a lot of you knew what they were, but not sure if they make them anymore. But I can look up online the conversion. I think one of you did that anyways. Like one yeast cake is about one package of yeast, or however many teaspoons or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to try some new recipes out of that book. When it says yeast cakes, I'll just figure it out.
Oh, that book?
Oh, yes, that book. Behind me.
Yeah, she got it from mail.
Yeah, from Angel.
Yeah, and she loved it.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. Alright, my husband and the girls just got home. I took out that other batch of muffins. They didn't rise quite as much, but I'm not going to leave them in there any longer. He got 2 things of wedges, some barbecue sauce, some sweet and sour sauce, and some chicken tenders. So this is what they're having. Back up, Maze. You're hanging right off the bucket. Get off. I just need to get some plates and they can dig in. Alright friends, well, my husband's out in the kitchen scrambling up some hot Italian sausage. He got a couple of cauliflower pizza crusts from Costco the other day. Now, I'm not a big fan of the carb count in it. A quarter of the pizza is 23 grams of carbs. I try to stay under 20 grams of carbs. But I will probably have a quarter of that pizza, even though it'll be a little over what I want. Plus, I'm going to put some field greens on it. And some of the stuff, he has like pepperoni and sausage, and he's like, should I do bacon and salami? And I'm like, if you want it, go ahead. I'm going to have greens, cheese, and a bit of meat on it. And I'll just have a quarter of a pizza. We've never had this before, so I'm really not that hungry because I had some of those strips of pork. Misha and Maze are out at the dining room table. Shut his thing off, please. Yeah, they're playing with Connect Sand. I'm so tired. My dogs are barking. They're howling at the moon. But I just made myself a coffee. Yes. I just thought I was finished. I just got out here with it.
No, I'm not talking about your coffee.
Oh. Anyways, they're using some of my cookie cutters. I said you can use them for the kinetic sand, but you got to wash them and put them back after. So that's what they're doing. But I'm going to have my coffee.
And butter knives.
And butter knives, yes. So anyways, I'll be back. Alright guys, well I'm just packing up the stuff. Muffins, those could go right in the freezer, but I'm gonna maybe do that if we get sick of eating them in the next couple of days. I put 2 of the loaves in a big bag out in the porch. This one is too big, so I'm gonna have to cut it, but I just wanted to show you. See, the bottom is kind of golden brown. I'll just cut some like that. But this is that cauliflower pizza crust from Costco. My husband has one in the oven. I'm gonna have it like this so I can have it for 4 days. And this is the sauce that came with it, so God knows. But if it's one meal a day, I don't mind treating myself a little bit. But I am putting some field greens, or well, kale, chard, and spinach on it. And some cheese. And he has some Pizza Delight pepperoni, and this is that scrambled sausage, and some summer sausage. So I don't know, I'm probably not going to put all this stuff on it, but I'll show you my pizza when it's done. I have some greens, some cheese, some pepperoni, some sausage, some more cheese, and some oregano. I didn't use all the sauce that it came with. We also had that in the pantry, but I didn't use any of that. But I was just starting to cut this up to get it in, so I'm going to give the kids each a piece, but I just wanted to show you. I know it's not the greatest lighting, but it's so soft and squishy. Perfect. Put some nice real butter on there. The sweetness of the outside, a little bit of a crunch, and the warm feeling from the cardamom. Oh, it's so good. Ooh, this is my husband's. It looks really good. Really good. He's more of a carnivore, but yeah, it looks delicious. So the crust instruction says 425 for 12 to 15 minutes. Get out of here. She already had her supper treat, so anyways, I'm gonna pop mine in again. I'm not hungry. I probably won't eat it right now, but it'll be done, and then I can warm it up in the microwave if we have power, or on the wood stove in a frying pan, whatever, if I need to. Alright guys, I just brought something out to the compost, but look, it's starting to snow now. It's only 6:30. Now they're saying we're going to get 30 to 40 centimeters, which I don't know how many inches that is, but Marquise gets done work at 7. I'm going to try to get a hold of him to tell him to come right home, because I don't want to be worrying about him all the live long day till he gets there. Anyways, my pizza's still in the oven. My husband's is just resting. And yeah, we're good. Dishwasher's going. Everybody's behaving themselves, so it's good. It's good. Oh goodness, I just took mine out. Mine looks good too. I say so myself, but this is my husband's. And it is brown on the bottom. But I'm going to let mine cool, and I'm going to slice it like that, and then maybe like that. So yeah, and then I can pack it up, and I'll have pizza for the next few days. Not too shabby. Well, hey guys, it is 10:24. I had a shower earlier. I have this video edited all up until now. The kids are gone to bed, and I'm about to go to bed because I am tired. We did a lot of stuff today. I feel better now that I had a shower and stuff. I needed it. But I plan on baking some more tomorrow. But I did some storm prep tonight. I put water in my bathtub. I filled up a couple of big water, like 5-gallon water jugs down in the downstairs bathroom. I got out a couple of night light kind of things if the power goes out. I have my oil lamps out. The 2 new ones that I got the other day from a Facebook yard sale site, I said I needed names for. I'm going to call them Lulu Bell and Scotty because my parents used to listen to Lulu Bell and Scotty, if you know who they are. It's like a older type of music and stuff, and anyways, that's what popped into my head. So one's a boy, one's a girl. But I have those out, and I have my jug of lantern oil. Oh, the dishwasher is going now. The washing machine just finished, so I'm going to put the dryer on, and I'm going to hang up what I can. And that's every single stitch of dirty clothes in this house that I could find washed and potentially dried. So if the power goes out, I don't have dirty clothes going on top of dirty clothes going on top of dirty clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have that stuff all done, and it is. I am so tired, guys. I am so tired. But I'm going to tag this on the end of it and get it exporting. I probably won't get it uploading until the morning, but at least that part will be done. I can just easily upload it. And then I can start fresh when I wake up in the morning. But it's still snowing like crazy out there. And the fire's going in the kitchen. But I'd show you out there, but it's dark. But I can see where the street light is. And yeah, it's coming down. But so far so good. I haven't heard any sirens. No lights flickering or nothing like that. But once I'm to bed, I'll be good. So I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love ya. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, alright guys, I think that was everything I was going to say. If not, I'll tell you tomorrow. So with that, I'll say have a good night or have a good morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Boink.